meet at night. Really? We're meeting girls at 4 a.m.?
They went to the other room.
So when did you get up? 2 a.m.
Please rise in body or spirit as we sing our gathering hymn, number 188 in the gray hymnal, Come, Come, Whoever You Are.
We'll sing it in unison twice, and then we're going to divide into a 3-part round.
Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again come. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again come. Come, come, whoever you are. Come, come, whoever you are. Wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come, come, whoever you are. Wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again come.
Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist congregation of Hillsborough. We are an open and welcoming congregation, so whether you're a member, friend, or guest, we are so glad you're here. Today we are gathered for our end of summer ritual called Ingathering. We will be combining water that people have brought to share today into one communion bowl. In the bowl we have water from past communions. This is a special day for us, and we are glad all of you are here. I would like to thank everyone who has made this worship celebration possible, because it truly is a labor of love. Thank you to our musicians, including our musical director and pianist, Aviva Enoch, and to the songbirds, who are providing us with songs. Additionally, thank you to Amy Dark for editing and producing our printed orders of service, and thank you to AC Farrington for distributing them at the door. Thank you to our technical crew for broadcasting our service online, our RE teachers for helping guide our youngest attendees through their curricula, and the many other behind-the-scenes workers, including our buildings and grounds team, our finance team, our governance and ministry councils, our community outreach and fellowship teams, and of course the rotating group of volunteers who provide our after-service coffee hour. And today, we are also very lucky to be joined by Allison Mahaley, our congregation's moderator, who will be guiding us through this annual ritual. Before we create our sacred space and begin worship, let's take a moment to share any announcements we may have. The only one I have is that there's coffee after the service, so anybody else?
Good morning, I'm Hattie, and speaking of coffee, I'm making this announcement a little bit ahead without Laurie, but we've had discussion about returning our coffee hour to coffee hour. And it's gotten a little bit crazy and out of hand in trying to get volunteers, and we love the snacks provided. Fellowship is going to continue to provide non-perishable things, but we can't keep our refrigerator full of 3-week-old carrots and stuff. It just gets to be too much for us to keep up with. If you'd like to bring a snack to share, we would love you to do that. We know we have bakers in the group, and, people who drive by Dunkin' Donuts and those kind of things. So we're happy to have you share if you'd like to do that, and then we ask that you take any leftovers home with you or give them to whoever you choose to give them with, and it will make our lives simpler. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Aurora. I have a couple kids' religious exploration announcements. Number one, if you need early room care, we have an arrangement for, the early room is for infants and preschoolers who may want to not sit through the whole service, and that might be hard for them, so they are welcome to at any time in the service. We have people waiting in the wings to go with Annabelle and another adult. Thank you, we have an adult today. We'll be there, so if you need that, just come see me anytime, and I'll get people where they need to be. And we've got volunteers waiting in the wings for at least the next month. If you would like to be someone who can sit with Annabelle and coo with babies, we would love to have a couple more volunteers who just, if someone doesn't need it, you can just stay for the service, and if someone does need it, you can go coo with babies. It's kind of a win-win situation. And then, second thing is our play practices start next week during the service. If you want your kid to participate, please register, or at least talk to me, and I can get you the registration info. I think a lot of people have, but if you're new or if you want to know more about it, I have intentionally written extra parts in it so that new people can have some speaking parts if they want to have them. And if you don't want to speak, you can make sets and move sets and do all those kind of things. So it's going to be fun, and I look forward to seeing people at play practice next Sunday during the service.
Hi everyone, I'm Kim Freeman. I'm the stewardship lead. If you look in your order of service, there's a half leaflet in there talking about the Hog Day Festival next weekend. We are going to have our own tent there this year, Friday and Saturday. Myself and a couple other members of the community are going to be offering glitter blessings to the public, just getting us out there and introduced to the community so that we can welcome more folks into this wonderful congregation. And in addition, we're going to be offering fairy hair, colorful strands you see in my hair, as well as temporary glitter tattoos. So just trying to make it fun and engaging for the community so they can come out and learn. Anyway, we would love if any of you could come and join us, even for as little as an hour, 20 minutes even, and just chat with folks that are there. Let them see that it's more than just us three weirdos. And answer any questions that folks may have, especially folks that have been here for a while. I've only been with this community for about 14 months, so I would love for you to come out and join us. And my email and phone number are on here if you have any questions. Thank you.
Hi y'all, I'm Amy, and I rearranged a whole bunch of stuff around the building the other day. The other few days I've been working pretty hard, so if you can't find something, come see me. Also, all of your name tags are on my kitchen table, because I had grand plans to have fresh name tags for everybody and a new organizational thing, but life happened, so I didn't get there. They'll be here next week. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amy.
So usually around the first of the month, we get out a Members Matters newsletter for everyone who has joined the congregation. It's late because life happens. It'll come soon. I did not see my email. I looked at about 7, so never mind.
And it said that the GovCo is meeting today in the year.
Yes.
Perfect.
All right. Okay, if there are no more announcements, let's silence our cell phones and prepare for our worship time together by reminding ourselves of who we are and why we gather. We are a community of liberal, open-minded people who strive to connect with one another in love. We are a people defined by covenant, not creed. That means that we have committed to a way of being with one another rather than to a statement of belief. To that end, we support each other in spiritual growth and deepening of faith. We challenge one another to find more love, both inside ourselves and in the world. And today, we welcome you with open arms to our house of worship. Our chalice lighting words today are Spirit of Water by Katie Gelfand. We light this chalice as a symbol of reunion. We reunite in the sanctuary to share the flow of our hearts with one another. We gather together in ritual to celebrate our fountains of joy, to hold each other through storms of grief, to guide one another through rapids of transformation, to rest together on ponds of stillness. Together, we honor the Spirit of Water, its many forms, and its life-giving essence. Please rise in body or spirit as we sing our opening hymn, Rivers of Grace, which is an insert in your orders of service. Is a welcoming community where we find connection, a sharing community where our joys are celebrated, and a caring community where our sorrows are lessened. Each Sunday, we take some time to reflect on the concerning happenings or special events that have occurred this week among our members and friends. Some choose to share aloud, while others choose to remain silent. Here, we make room for both. For those of you who would like to share aloud, please take a moment before we begin to center yourself and collect your thoughts so that what you share this morning is personal, heartfelt, and brief. When you are ready, please come forward, tell us your name, and share what is in your heart. When you are finished, you may release a stone into the vase on the altar. For those of you who prefer to silently acknowledge your joys and sorrows remaining in your hearts, I invite you to come to the altar and release a stone into the vase in silence while Aviva plays Spirit of Life. After she plays it through one time, you are all invited to join in singing one verse of the hymn, and the words are printed in your order of service. We hold all these things within the heart of this community, both spoken and unspoken, by remaining silent for a moment as we consider what has been shared and how we might respond. Let us close with Amen and blessed be.
Amen and blessed be.
Let us
is a hard act to follow. Good morning, everyone. In our congregation, we have traditionally poured water into the bowl, each sharing where we brought the water from and how special our summer travels were to us. Because the ceremony today won't include time for that, I hope that these detailed stories can be the subjects of conversation during coffee hour after the service. Instead, today, I want to bring us back to the roots of the water ceremony created by two Unitarian Universalist women, Carolyn McDade and Lucille Shuck Longview. In the very first water ceremony, Carolyn McDade said, "Water deepens meaning for us, just as water deepens during its long and winding journey to the sea." On the altar is our sacred water from years gone by. Let us take a moment in silent reflection to honor that in this water are all the people who have ever shared water in this special place and in our communion bowl. They are with us today, just as we will be in the future water of this ceremony. Later, after they created this ceremony, and these two women were reflecting back on what they had done, they said water is more than simply a metaphor. It is elemental and primary, calling forth the feelings of awe and reverence. The ocean is the womb of life, and amniotic waters surround each of us prenatally. We realize in this worship service that for us, this is a new story of creation. The ceremony was crafted after Lucille served as the UU delegate to the United Nations Women's Year Assembly in Mexico City. She returned from that assembly in 1975, convinced that religion, even her beloved Unitarian Universalism, was a chief culprit in the perpetuation of oppressive sexism. Like most UUs, when she saw the problem with new clarity and conviction, she set out to do something about it. She gathered support and authored what became the Women and Religion Resolution, passed by the 1977 General Assembly. That resolution called for an intensive examination of, quote, sexism inherent in religious literature and institutions, beginning with the UUA itself. This resolution eventually led to removing sexist language from the original 6 principles and acknowledged Mother Earth as a religious priority. After a long process of redefining Article 2, the place in the UU bylaws that holds the principles, the 7 new principles and purposes as we know them today, were passed by General Assembly, complete with the inclusion of respect for the interdependent web of all existence as a new principle. Remember, our denomination is once again involved in a revision of Article 2, a revision to focus our religious principles centered on love. Love is what joins us together as UUs, and today, we will recognize all the ways in which we are connected and will symbolize those connections in water. So, we begin our water ceremony by adding the water saved from last year. Each year, we save water from this bowl where the water has been ceremoniously combined, loved ones who are now gone, and from ourselves now changed, and we will forever be merged into the heart of this community as we combine our water today. I remind everyone that we make our start in water in the amniotic fluid of the womb. We float and bob and sip and hiccup in a saline solution that mimics the ocean. Therefore, I'm going to invite the people who have most recently been in the amniotic fluid to come up and put the sacred water from last year into our bowl. So everyone who is under the age of 18 or 25 or however young you want to be. Here's this. Nope, this one. This is the one from last year. So pour a little bit in so they can pour some in. Okay? Careful, it's heavy. Okay? That's okay. Everybody done?
Yeah.
Okay, Darren, you know what to do. Thank you. And when our ceremony has concluded today, we will save water for next year in recognition that we continue to grow and evolve as a beloved community. But now let's take a moment of silent reflection to honor that this water symbolizes all the people who have ever added water to our communion bowl. They are all with us today in the water. Today, I'm going to invite people to the altar 4 times. So if you end up coming to the altar more than once, maybe even all 4 times, that's fine. Please don't hesitate to come to the altar. We will begin with grief.
Separation by W.S. Martin. Your absence has gone through me like thread through a needle. Everything I do is stitched with its color.
This first call is for water is as tears, flowing down sad faces when grief or frustration overcame us. I invite anyone who wants to acknowledge grief with either their water they brought or with the water that is in the small cups and pitchers on the table. Please come forward and add water to the bowl to symbolize your tears and say a word or phrase into this space to let us know the source of those tears. Margie.
My biological father.
Paul. My father. water cleansing.
Reborn by Derek Jones. The rain came quickly, cleansing me of my past misdeeds. Now I dry in the sun.
Let's think of water as cleansing. It washes away dirt and grime and renews us. At this time, I would like anyone to come forward who has had a cleansing experience this summer, such as a retreat, shedding a bad habit, letting something go, anything that feels like a relief or a fresh start, and say a word or phrase to let us know what you're thinking.
Represents water of not a real trip, but a virtual trip to Connecticut. And studying some of my heritage, I found out some good things and some not so good things about ancestry, which I'll be dealing with. Some of it has to do with famous people up there, but also people that were involved in the slave trade. So it gives me new thoughts, cleansing my past, cleansing my thoughts about what reparations and what all about in this country. I'll be working on that this year.
And now we will honor renewal.
Hope is the Thing with Feathers by Emily Dickinson. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me.
Let us think of water as refreshing, renewing, and generative. It quenches our thirst and washes us clean. If you have had an experience like this summer, like taking a refreshing dip in a pool, a lake, or the ocean, perhaps used water to make coffee or tea to share with a friend, please come and add water to the bowl and say a word or phrase to let us know how.
That's from a hike in the mountains of North Carolina down a trail that my mother and father introduced me to 45 years ago or so. Splashed the water from the streams onto my head as I was hiking.
Now, let's acknowledge that water unites us. It is both inside our bodies and covering most of the earth. It comes from our eyes and from the sky. How amazing. You may have brought water from a far-off place or from your tap at home. It may be from a city supply, which our water here is from, or from an underground aquifer. All of us are connected by water, and here we are also connected by love. Today, we symbolize our connectedness and interconnectedness by combining our waters in this annual ritual and by using the sacred water to anoint each other with the love of this congregation. In just a moment, I will invite everyone to come forward and add some water to the bowl. Even if you have already come up, please come up again. After you add your water, dip your finger into the bowl and anoint the next person who comes by drawing a small crescent on their forehead and saying, "You are blessed with love," so that our connectedness becomes a blessing to each other. So we'll start over here. Next session. Come on. Now that we have all blessed and been blessed, we close this ceremony by drawing out of the communion bowl water some that will be saved and used for next year's ceremony. Now I invite our oldest member, Pal, to retrieve our ingathering water for 2024 into the glass from Duke University. Set it in front of the bowl. No, in front of the bowl. Just set it back on the altar in front of the bowl.
Just leave it there. Yeah. Okay.
We'll put it in the freezer. We'll see. Amen and blessed be.
Amen and blessed be.
You forgot to tell me what to do with it.
Each week, we take a monetary offering to support our social justice work in the community. Our plate collection this month goes to New Hope Elementary School. You may donate by putting cash or a check in the basket, make checks out to UUCH and put plate in the subject line. You may also donate online by scanning the QR code in the order of service.
Wash me away, so that all that's left is love. Wash me away, so that all that's left is love. Wash me away, so that all that's left is love. Wash me away, so that all that's left is love. Great Spirit, wash
Please join me in our prayer of collective gratitude found in your orders of service. For the love that surrounds us every morning, for the friends beside us, and for the generous gifts just received, let us be truly grateful. Please rise in body or spirit as we sing our closing hymn, number 1007 in the Teal hymnals, There's a River Flowin' in My Soul. Our closing words today are All Rivers Run to the Sea by Kaylee Rice. It starts with a drop, then a trickle, a burble, a rush of water, bubbling toward its destination, and finally, the wide, endless sea. Now we will extinguish the chalice. Please join me in saying the chalice extinguishing words printed in your orders of service. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, nor the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Go in peace and blessed be.
Blessed be.